Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Namo Om Vishnupadaya Harine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaurav Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today we'll actually look at Madhurya Kādambinī. We'll continue to read this work throughout the Friday sessions. Madhurya Kādambinī is a short work written by Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura. You can see that there is only 28 pages. It's a short work, but it is very essential for the sadhaka devotees because it explains the stages of bhakti and how we can recognize each stage of bhakti and what happens and what to expect in the next stage. Sometimes we have unwarranted expectations in while practicing bhakti. Why I'm not getting when I'm chanting, why I'm not getting tears in my eyes, why my body is not shivering. Sometimes questions like that come, or when will my anarthas go, or what stage I am in. All these sort of questions come into picture. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, understanding these concerns of the sadhakas, he has put up a work explaining the stages of bhakti. So it becomes important for us to study this work. Madhurya Kādambinī means a cloud, a group of clouds. Madhurya Kādambinī means a sweet group of clouds. So he's referring to the clouds which we see in the sky. So every chapter name, it becomes Vrishti. Vrishti means rain, shower. The clouds pour rain. So every chapter is a rain. In that way, he has organized the entire work. So here the first verse starts, is Mangalacharan prayers. He gives it to Mangalacharan prayers. He compares, so what is actually the Madhurya Kādambinī? What is the sweet group of clouds? He says, Sri Chaitanya Kripa. So the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually the Madhurya Kādambinī. It is the sweet group of clouds. It is actually very sweet. Mahamadhurya Kādambinī. Very sweet group of clouds. Nirankusha. It is uncontrollable. It just, you cannot control and then stick, make the, restrict the clouds. It just goes everywhere. So he glorifies that Sri Chaitanya Kripa Nirankusha Mahamadhurya Kādambinī. And then what are the qualities? Hridvapre Nava Bhakti Shashya Vitatehe Sanjeevani. So in the Hridaya, that is the heart of the sadhakas, which is like a field, nice crop cultivating field. So in that field, Nava Bhakti Shashya Vitatehe. So the bhakti, which is new crop that is planted in the heart of the sadhaka. So he's just started practicing bhakti. So for that devotee, for the bhakti of that devotee, this is the Sanjeevani. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is actually the life giver of that bhakti. Swa Agama Arambe Kama Tapartu Daha Damani. So when the clouds approach us, what happens? Kama tapartu. That is the kama, or the desire, is compared to a hot summer season, because it just scorches us. When you have a lot of desires, it's nothing but just agitating your mind, heating up your entire existence. So daha damani, that heatness is cool down. So you can compare when the clouds come, what happens during the summer season? If the clouds arrive, everything becomes cool down. We get relieved from the summer heat. Like that kama, the desires of of us are like the hot summer season. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy approaches, not even arrives. It just started coming. Swa agama arambe, in the beginning of the coming. So even when that happens, the heatness is subdued, reduced, So the kama, so we can understand when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy approaches us, the desires or the heat of the desires will go away. Vishwa upaga ullasini. So I'm splitting the sandhi here when I'm reading. Vishwapago lasini becomes Vishwa upaga ullasini. So the entire world is compared like a reverse. So when the clouds approach, it becomes a joyful occasion for all the rivers of the world. So similarly, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's kripa comes, for everyone in this world, it becomes a joyful occasion. Durat me marushakinaha api sarasi bhavaya bhuyat. So now he compares himself, the great Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura, as marushakinaha, a dried up stick in the desert. So stick which is dried up in the desert does not have any water in it. And what is that water? The water is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. So he compares himself, putting himself in a very humble position. He says, may the dried up stick, who is myself, be wet with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, just from far. That is enough for me. Not even, Mahaprabhu's mercy come close to me. Just from the far, that is enough for me. So he begins the work with this prayer. And then the next work is, next Mangalacharan prayer is Bhakti Purvaihi Shrita Tam. So he then offers to different devotees his respects. Bhakti Purvaihi Shrita. So Purvaihi, previous devotees like Shukadeva Goswami, the six Goswamis, not six Goswamis, the Shukadeva Goswami and the four Kumaras, all these people have taken shelter of Bhakti. So unto those people, now me, I offer my obeisances. However, there is one special person, Harehe Rupa Nama Priya Janam. So, of the Lord Hari's in close associate is Rupa Goswami. Because of him, what happens? Yad ata dhihi. So people get intelligence, great intelligence. What sort of intelligence? Rasam pashed. They are able to see the rasa in the bhakti. So prior to Rupa Goswami, that was not available. But because of Rupa Goswami, who is a very dear associate of the Lord, we got the intelligence because of which we could see rasa in the bhakti. To Satatam Naumi, he says, to that Rupa Goswami, I offer hundreds and hundreds of obeisances. So to all the previous devotees, as well as to Rupa Goswami, he offers his obeisances. Now he begins the subject. So the first Prathama Amrita Vrishtihi, a shower of nectar. The first shower of nectar in that chapter, what he is going to discuss about is the nature of bhakti. And the second chapter onwards, he will start discussing the stages of bhakti. So first we need to understand what is bhakti, what is its quality, what is its nature, and so on. Iha kalu paramananda mayadapi purushad brahmapucham pratishta iti. So in the Upanishad, it is said in the Taittiriya Upanishad, brahmapucham pratishta. That is, there is a person, and that person's base, pucham means literally tail, and that person's base is Brahman, which means that it is indicating the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord's base is Brahman, the basic element, not the highest element. That's what is mentioned. So because it is mentioned like that in the Taittiriya Upanishad, he says, Brahmataha api parat paraha. So the Lord, Supreme Lord, is greater than that Brahman. So that Brahman is itself is Paramanandamaya, full of Anandamaya, full of bliss. But even greater than that is Lord himself. And how is that Lord? Raso vai saha rasam hi evayam labdhvanandi bhavati. So the Lord is rasa. Saha rasaha. So he is rasa himself. This is the rasa Rupa Goswami has shown us. He is a rasa personified. That's why in the first verse of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it's mentioned Akhila Rasamrita Murti. That the Lord is a personification of all the spiritual rasas. So this is again coming from Taittiriya Upanishad. Raso vai saha. Rasam hi eva ayam labdhva anandi bhavati. So by attaining this person, rasam, we get ananda. We become very happy. That's what Taittiriya Upanishad is saying. Iti Shrutya Suchyamanaha Mallanam Ashanirnam Naravarai Strinam Smaraha Murtiman Bhagavata Purane iti Sarva Vedanta Sarena Nikila Pramana Chakravartina Srimad Bhagavatena Rasatvena Vivriyamanaha. So, just as it was mentioned about the Lord being Rasa in the Upanishad, it is also mentioned in Srimad Bhagavata, which is the essence of Vedanta Sutra. Bhagavatam is the essence of Vedanta Sutra. And it is also out of all the Pramanas, it is the Chakravarti. It's a great king, Nikila Pramana Chakravartina. That is Srimad Bhagavata Purana. Even that Bhagavata Purana also says, Mallanam Ashinidinrinam. So this is the verse from 10th canto, 43rd chapter, when Krishna goes to Mathura, different people see him in different ways. So that establishes that Krishna is the Krishna is Akila Rasamrita Murti. This is 43 and 17. Look at the translation. So we'll read the verse. Mallanam Ashanir Nirnam Naravarai Strinam Smaro Murtiman Gopanam Swajano Satam Kshiti Bhujam Shasta Swapitro Shishu Mrityurbhojapater Virada Vidusham Tattam Param Yoginam Vrishninam Paradevateti Vidito Rangangatas Sagraja. So he is a he is a Ashani for the Malla. The Mallas are the wrestlers. He is a thunderbolt for the wrestlers. Nirinam Naravara. He is the best of the humans. And Strinam Smaraha, for the ladies there, he is a Cupid personified. Smaraha Murtiman. He is Madhurya Rasa. This is describing about. And this one is Bhayanaka Rasa. Gopanam Swajanaha, for the Gopas, his own dear relative, Asatam, Shritibhujam, Shasta. So for the bad people, irreligious people, he is who are the rulers of the earth, Shritibhujam. For them, he is Shasta. He's a punisher. He is giving punishment to them. It's like that. Swapitroho Shishuhu. For his own father, he is a Shishu. This is a Vatsalya Rasa. Mrityuhu Bhojapatehe. For the Bhojapati, who is Kamsa, for him is death. Kamsa saw him as death. Virat Avidusham, for unintelligent people, he is a Virat Purusha, which means that those who are unelevated in Bhakti, if they are so much higher up in Bhakti, they would see him as Supreme Personality of Godhead. But because, they are not so much qualified, they are looking at him as Virat Purusha, the entire universe himself. Tattvam Param Yoginam. So for the yogis, he is a Param Tattvam. That is the Brahman. They are looking at, he is the great Brahman himself standing. This is Shantarasa. Vrishni Nam Paradevata. So for the Vrishnis, he is the worshipable Lord. Viditaha Rangam Gata Sa Agraja. Along with his brother, this person is entering into the arena of wrestling. So this is describing Krishna. So in different rasas. So simultaneously, different people are perceiving him in different rasas. So when Kamsa is seeing him as a death, and the wrestlers are seeing him like a thunderbolt, the same time, the ladies are seeing him as Cupid personified, and the father is seeing him as one child, very soft and tender child. Is entering into this arena where these people who are of bulked up, they are standing there, they are going to crush him, they are having this fear and Vatsalya rasa. So different people are having at the same time. So because Krishna is Akhila Rasamrada Murti, he is having all the rasas. So that's what Shruti also says. So this Krishna, and the same thing is established in Gita Upanishad as well. Brahmano hi pratishtaham iti Shri Gita Upanishata cha yeva ayam iti sammanyamanaha. So Gita also agrees to that. Brahma, that this Brahman is actually the base of the foundation of this Brahman is the Supreme Lord himself. Shri Vraja Nandanaha Eva. This is Shri, the son of Vrajaraja Nandana. That is Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj is the king of Vraja. His son is Krishna. Vrindavan Krishna. Eva. Shuddha Sattvamaya Nijanama Rupa Guna Leela Adyaha. So he is actually possessing various names, various forms, various qualities, various pastimes. And all these name, form, qualities, and pastimes are made of Shuddha Sattva. That is the spiritual bliss. Anadi Vapuhu. His body is not like it was produced yesterday. His body is Anadi. Adi means there is a beginning. Anadi means there is no beginning. So without any beginning, his body is there. Kamapi hetum anapekshamanaha eva swa ichaya eva jana shravana nayana mano buddhi adi indriya vrittishu avartate. So without any hetu, without any reason, without any cause, without expecting anything, anapekshamana. So by his own will, swa ichaya eva, what does he do? Avatarate, he appears where? In the indriya vritti, that is, he is becoming visible to the people through ears, eyes, mind, and intelligence, etc. All these things he becomes visible by his own will. There is no reason for him to appear. Of course, we have the incidental reasons of Brahma going and praying to Krishna, or Advaita Acharya calling out to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come. But it is when the Lord decides that I want to appear in the earth now, then all these things happen. He doesn't even mind what time, what yuga is going on in the world. But when he wants to appear, everything, rightly arranges. It comes Dwapara Yuga comes, and then Brahma goes and prays. All these things happen automatically, but he comes by his own will. Yatha eva yadu ragu adi vansheshu swa ichaya eva Krishna Ramadi rupena. Just like he appears in Raghu Vangsha or Yadu Vangsha in the form of Krishna and Rama by his own will. So here the whole statement is explaining about Krishna. That Krishna, who is rasa personified, he appears in people's senses by his own sweet will. Why Krishna is explained when we want to explain about bhakti? Here is explained. Tasya bhagavataha iva tadrupayaha bhaktehe api swaprakashata siddhyartam eva hetutva anapekshata. So similar to the Lord, the bhakti, which is a form of himself, this bhakti also, without any hetutva, without any reason, without any cause, without any expectation, anapekshata, it appears. Why it appears? Swaprakashata siddhyartam, just to show that it can do that. Its own, it is self-manifesting. It doesn't need any cause to appear. Just to show that it is appearing without any cause. Tatahi, here is the example. Yataha bhakti radokshaje ahaituhi apratihata. So this verse is a famous verse. Does anyone remember where does it come? Ahaituhi apratihata yayatma suprasidati. It's in the second chapter. Right. Savai pungsam paro dharmo yato bhaktiradhokshaje ahaituhi aprakritihata yayatma suprasidati. The paradharma of the pumsas or the human beings is doing bhakti to the Lord. Adhokshaje bhaktihi. And that bhakti is ahetuka. That bhakti appears without any reason. There is no hetu means reason. Ahetu means without any reason. Apratihata. It is unstoppable as well. By that bhakti, yaya, by that bhakti, atma suprasidati. The atma becomes very satisfied. Atma here means buddhi. That's why Prabhupada will translate as intelligence, I suppose. The self here, yeah. Anyways, in the purport will be there. So it is intelligence. Anyways, so this verse is quoted to show that the bhakti is actually ahetuka. Without any reason it appears. Ityadav hetum vinayeva avirbhavati iti tatra arthaha. So here the meaning you should take it as ahetuki means hetum vina. There is no reason. And it appears without any reason. Tatayeva, he gives other example as well. Yadrichaya mat kadadav. So in 11th canto, when Krishna is speaking Uddhava Gita, he there also says, I suppose Shraddha in 11th canto, he talks about the Shraddha and the Bhakti, I guess. Let's see, 11:20. What is it? 8. Edrichya mat kadha adav jata shraddha. So in my pastimes, my stories, etc. Jata shraddha. The shraddha has begun. How? Yadrichaya. Yadrichaya means, its own will or somehow or the other. It's like that. That's what yadrichaya. So Mad bhakti ma yadrichaya. Again, he says in the 13th verse as well. Yadrichaya upavachita. So yadrichaya eva upavachita. So here also seems the same thing, that yadrichaya, that's the key word. It appears somehow or the other without any cause. Ityadav api yadrichaya iti asya swachandyena iti arthaha. So that swachandya means without depending on somebody else, without depending on a reason, it appears. That's what the meaning of yadrichaya he gives. Yadricha swairi iti abhidanat. Even the dictionary, Amarakosha, says yadricha swairi. That is, yadricha means independence. Yadrichaya kenapi bhagyena iti vyakhyane bhagyam namakim shubhakarma janyam tadajanyam va. So if we explain yadrichaya mean some good fortune, why to say that, yadrichaya means by its own will? You can also say yadrichaya means some good fortune. Let there be some good unknown good fortune. And then let's say that because of that unknown good fortune, this bhakti appears. And what is that unknown good fortune? Shubha karma janyam. That is punya activities. By performing, so many punyas in my past life, this bhakti has appeared to me. Some people say like that. Or some people say, because of some other reason. Let's not dig into what is the reason. But because of some other reason, this bhakti has appeared to me. But there is a reason behind it. That's what this is the opponent's argument. So here he gives Adye bhaktehe karma janya bhagya janyatve karma paratantriye swaprakashata apagamaha. So in the first reasoning, Adye. So the first reasoning is that the bhakti has appeared because of my past punya activities. And that's why bhakti has appeared. So in that, if we say like that, what happens? Karma janya bhagya janyatve karma paratantriye. So because that makes bhakti dependent on previous punya activities, then bhakti's own self-manifesting nature is lost in that explanation. So we cannot say that, I have done so many punya karmas and because of that I have got bhakti. No, bhakti appears on its own will. Dvitiye, if we take the second reasoning is that somehow or the other, let's not dig into the reason, but somehow there is a reason behind it. If you take that as the explanation, bhagyasya, I think, yeah. Dvitiye bhagasya anirvachyatva agneyatvat asiddhehe katam hetutvam. So if you say some or the other reason, then that reason is first of all anirvachya, that is, you are not explaining what is the reason. It is inexpressible. Agneyatvat, you don't even know what is that reason. Asiddhehe, that is also inconclusive. It becomes, if you say some or the other reason. Katam hetutvam, then how can you establish the cause? You cannot. Some people say, Bhagavad Kripa eva hetuhu iti ukte. Some people say, let's take it, it's actually the mercy of the Lord. Because of mercy of the Lord, I have got bhakti. Nothing else. Even that is also, he says, Tasya pi hetau avishayamane anavastha. Even there also, avishayamane, that that's not the final cause, anavastha, because then you have to look for another cause. You say, if Lord gives mercy, why does he give mercy to me? We need to find out reason. Why would he suddenly give mercy, not in the previous times, right? Tat kripayaha nir upa adhikayaha hetutve tasya asarvatrikatvena tasmin bhagavati vishamyam prasajyate. So if we say that it is because of the Lord's mercy, this I have attained bhakti, then the question comes is, that means Lord's mercy is not everywhere. Asarvatrikatva. It is not everywhere. It is not in all places. It is not in all time. In the past, I did not get. That means the Lord was not merciful to me. And Lord is merciful to me, but not to my relative or not to my neighbor. So if we say that, then what it becomes is Lord is partial. He just randomly selects people and then he gives mercy to them. He doesn't give mercy to everyone because he just likes some people. Then that becomes it is a dushana. It's a fault in the Lord that he gives only mercy to somebody. So that is also not the reason. Dushta nigrahena swa bhakta palana rupam tu vaishamyam tatrana dushanavaham pratyuta bhushanavaham. So, but Lord is partial. We know that, he kills the demons and then he protects the devotees, right? So there he is partial. But that partiality is not a fault. That partiality is a bhushana. It's an ornament. Why? Bhakta vatsalya gunasya sarva chakratitvena sarva upa mardakatvena upavishtat. Because the vatsalya nature of the Lord, that it is, these are my prajas, these are my people. Because of that, affection toward his own jivas, he is showing that partiality, So that is not it just overrides everything else and then it sits. So that's not the reason, that's a separate partiality. Here we are talking about partiality for some people and not for other people. We are not talking about partiality toward the devotees who are already having bhakti. So this partial nature of the Lord toward the devotees will be explained further in Ashtami Amrita Vrishto in the 8th chapter, which we will see later. So I'm going to stop here because it's already 8:01. We'll continue then. What is the reason? What is the cause of bhakti appearing in the people later? Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your wonderful sharings every week. It's a kind of, very good actually. Variety for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, devotees. Thank you, Shankarana Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sandabhya cha paritana. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mother.